Okay, we're gonna start off. Just tell me your name.
Norma Gonzalez.
Okay, and tell me any previous involvement you've had with journalism.
I've had, what is it, 12 years of experience.
Hmm.
I started in freshman year of high school with journalism class, did yearbook for the other 3 years. I helped my dad with his Spanish magazine that he had in Reynosa, and I would translate articles for him. And then also my senior year of high school, I had a column for the Monitor, which is the local newspaper.
Hmm.
And then in college, I did 4 years working with the Pan American, ranging from photographer to different section editor positions, and then co-editor in chief.
Okay, and
And I will soon be the sports reporter for the Nogales International and help them start up a Spanish page.
where is that located?
Nogales, Arizona, so it's literally on the border.
Great. Okay, so in the experiences that you've had or the time that you've had in journalism, have you ever found yourself in a situation where releasing information about somebody or releasing any kind of information could have potentially been harmful either to the public or to the person that you were releasing it about?
Yes, I remember it was on a Monday night when we got wind of a student being injured at a frat party, and the word on like the street, I guess, or on social media was that he had been injured due to a fight because of some gay bashing because he is gay, and so it was a rumor mill, and we needed to get the actual facts, and it was just we had to go about it in such a way that we couldn't contact certain people or we couldn't release certain information about the student, and then the frat was involved and they were under investigation because it was held at their party. So we couldn't release certain details or we couldn't talk to certain people about it because we didn't want to make it worse than it was. We just wanted to
Right.
figure out what the facts were so we could let the story out and speak for itself.
Right, without harming someone or making someone's
Yes, or
life more
making
difficult.
someone, yeah, because it and at the end it wasn't a gay bash. He was just really drunk and
Hmm.
collapsed, whereas everyone was making it out to be something different. So had we released something instantly, according to what everyone was saying, it would have been wrong. But we had to get our facts straight.
Right. Have you in the past ever had your speech censored, or and do you think that that censorship was reasonable or unreasonable?
There was an instance where maybe it was like 2 3 years ago, close to the Christmas time, we published some ads for stilettos, and we were just like, okay, an ad's an ad, like gets us money. People do go. Like it's not like we're oblivious to the fact that people go to strip clubs here.
Right.
But there was kind of a backlash, and the university didn't want us publishing that. So we did finish up our contract, but ever since then, the Pan American has no longer published any ads that have to deal with those types of businesses.
Mm-hmm.
And it's I don't think they should have, but I can kind of understand why they
Right.
did, because I mean they are an institution, and although we do have sort of the freedom of the press and to say what we want,
Hmm.
at the same time we're a reflection of the university, and the university doesn't want to be affiliated with it.
Right. So I guess you would say it is reasonable to a point, but you can also see why some people would say that it isn't reasonable. So it could
Yes.
kind of go both ways.
Yes.
Okay. Um, have your ethical views changed at all over the years since you've started doing journalism to now? Have you feel like your morals or your ethics have morphed or changed at all?
I am a lot more objective.
Okay.
Like for example, one of my previous friends sometimes would be like, oh, like that girl looked at me wrong, or she must not like me, or like she did this and did that, and I'm like, you ever think maybe she looked at you wrong because maybe like she just turned and she had a weird face, or
Right.
maybe you had something like hanging off you had food in your mouth, like I feel like there's always another side to things.
Right.
And because of journalism, the whole point is we have to be objective and we have to tell the truth. So sometimes it's like, you know what, like put your opinions aside and like put all judgments aside, like let's just try to figure it out.
Right.
And I guess like it's helped in that sense, and then it's helped me communicate better with people, and that's always something very good to have.
What would you say is a big ethical or legal issue that journalism faces today in today's times?
I think because of the whole social media and internet, everyone wants to get out the story the quickest. But sometimes, like going back to the AJ thing, like you may not have all the facts, you may not know everything. So now, journalists are having to like just retract their stories or make edits and fix them and be like, you know what, sorry, we got this wrong, like, or like with the case with Brian Williams, he completely made up stories
Right.
because he wanted to sort of like build up this persona, or just like be like, hey, look, I got this cool story, but it's like, it's fake, like it never happened.
Right.
So, like, ethically, like, you're never supposed to change a story. You're never supposed to do something like to benefit you necessarily.
Right.
And just like, I guess just wanting to get out there and wanting to build up your social media like essence or persona and whatnot. Like,
Right.
now it's starting to bite us in the ass.
So you would say, or I guess you almost a little bit answered this, but to go a little bit deeper, how would you say social media and blogging have changed ethics, or that the way information is delivered to the source or to the people?
Social media in general and blogs in specific are very opinionated.
Right.
Because it's people like, hey, look at this news, and this is what I think about it. So then when someone's reading that, they're already being told what to believe or being told how to feel about it. And so it's kind of morphing now, and people kind of blame media for like, hey, the media's portraying this. But it's like, no, they're not actually media. They're just people who are publishing their opinions, and you shouldn't take that as like the media putting something out there. Like, it's completely different. But I guess sort of because of social media, the media is kind of blending in with that.
Right.
And they're using it for their own.
Do you think that that's an ethical issue? People that go to the internet and put information out that maybe isn't true or is false or is very opinionated, and they label it as news?
Yeah, I mean, you're entitled to your own opinion. You can
Right.
say whatever you want.
Right.
But at the same time, people should realize that that person is just stating their own opinion.
Right.
And maybe that person should, like, I don't know how to explain, but it's ethical in the sense, it's unethical in the sense that it's like, I want you to believe this. This is what I think, and I want to force it down your throat. Whereas, like, if I just say, like, hey, like, this is what's going on, and I don't think we should support this, then you make it clear, like, okay, that's just how you feel.
Right.
But sometimes some people take it out of context, or they just don't understand what's going on, and so that's where the ethics goes into play.
Do you think we've hit kind of almost a standstill? Like, do you think things are going to change, or do you think things are going to continue to change through social media? Do you think print or journalism is really going to start to morph in the future more?
I'm not sure how much more. I feel like it's already morphed so much that there's not much more that it could change into. If anything, just like sort of dwindle, because they are just like condensing.
Right.
You no longer have a reporter for one section and like a photographer and someone media and online. Like, you have to be able to do it all and be able to put it not just on print but online. And so some prints and some newspapers is no longer as important to ask the online presence. So maybe that will continue to grow more.
Great. All right. Thank you, Norma. I really appreciate your time.
You're welcome.
All right. For Media Law and Ethics, I'm Andrew Vera. Thank you.